Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Much like the movie it's based on, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora has been a long time coming, and it remains to be seen whether it's worth our time. Also, it's supposed to come out in 2022 to coincide with the new movie The Way of Water, but it doesn't have a specific date attached as of yet, so let's just say it might not make it and leave it at that, okay? In the game, you will play as a Nausicaa and explore a part of Pandora that hasn't been viewed in the movies as of yet. You'll be able to fight, fly, and explore in a game that is trying to be as expansive as the movies. Diablo 4. Is it a sin to put Diablo 4 so low on this list? We honestly don't think so, and for some very good reasons. Not the least of which was Diablo Immortal. Yeah, Blizzard had the mindset to make that game before this one, and based on how that game is basically a microtransaction prison, we're not going to show any mercy to this one. Now, we're not saying that Diablo 3 wasn't a good game for the most part, but it did infuriate the fanbase many times with its decisions on classes, gameplay mechanics, and more. There are a lot of fans who want Diablo 4 to be great, but frankly, we can't guarantee them that it will be, and for that, we are sorry. Resident Evil 4. The original Resident Evil 4 was one of the best games of the franchise when it came out, and is still a torchbearer in various ways due to how it handled the combat, the story, and its characters like Leon S. Kennedy and Ada Wong. But now, to the surprise of almost no one, the game is coming back with a remake like 2 and 3 before it. The game will feature not just improved graphics, but a story that is different in part than before, and more than likely the gameplay will be more in tune with the recent remakes than the original title. Whether a certain president's daughter is as annoying as before is TBD. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Here's one of many games that were supposed to come out in 2022, but instead got pushed back to 2023. Oh well. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is the latest from Rocksteady Games, and they've been working on this for a while after the events of Arkham Knight. Long story short, Starro the Conqueror has come and taken over the planet by taking over the Justice League. As a result, the Suicide Squad have been hired to go and kill the members in order to save the world. What could possibly go wrong with that? A lot, obviously, but at the very least you'll have fun controlling Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang and King Shark as you do it.
Did you get him?
Final Fantasy XVI. In the realm of Final Fantasy XVI, the Mother Crystals are a source of power and pride amongst its people, and by using the powers of these crystals, peace has been obtained, for a time at least. But with the blight threatening all, and darkness already taking the life of a key person in the realm of Rosaria, Clive Rosefield is going to go on a dark mission of revenge to not just avenge that whom he lost, but to get the destiny of his people back, and away from the crystals. The game promises to be darker and more intense than any Final Fantasy game that has come before it. So be prepared for not just massive battles, but a tone that is different. Whether it works or not we can't say, but we can say that we're very interested. Star Wars Jedi: Survivor. The original Star Wars Jedi: Fallen Order game was one of those titles that took everyone by surprise. Seriously, no one really saw this game coming in terms of its deep story, fun use of combat/lightsaber mechanics, and more. While we don't know much about Star Wars Jedi: Survivor, we do know that the game will take place a decade after the original title, and will again feature Cal Kestis in his attempts to save the Jedi Order and bring down the Inquisitors and Vader. From the reveal trailer, we see that he loses his lightsaber, and apparently seeks help from a man in a Bacta tank. But who is this man? What new abilities will Cal get to use in the new game? What new ties to Star Wars lore will we have? We can't wait to find out.
His kind are supposed to be dead.
Starfield. Our top 5 is very much filled with games that might not have the most information just yet, but have the promise to be some of the best titles around, and that's what Bethesda is making us hold on to with Starfield, a whole lot of promise, and possibly not much else. Seriously, we know so little about Starfield that it hurts, because gamers want to know more about this game. It's meant to be the next big thing in RPG gaming, especially with the massive universe we're allegedly going to get to explore. Bethesda is known and praised for its hits and very few misses, see Fallout 76, so many are putting faith in what Starfield will be. But until we actually get the game, we'll just be looking at the stars.
So focus on the future, not the past.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We're sure some of you are going to be made that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is not on the top of this list. Especially given the near masterpiece that Final Fantasy VII Remake was when it came out a little while back. But there's a simple reason why we can't put it higher than 3, and trust us, we could have put it lower, and that's that we honestly can't guarantee that the game will arrive next year.
What are you implying?
Yes, they announced it for winter 2023, but that means less than nothing, especially considering how long Remake was delayed before it finally came out. Still, with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth delving deeper into the familiar yet new story, more time with Sephiroth, and it all running on the PS5? Yeah, this will be a treat for FF fans as a whole.
Sorry. Feel like I failed you.
Who could push me?
Marvel's Spider-Man 2. When a good game comes around, you know, it's a good game, or a great one, or even a legendary title that everyone should play because it's just how the world should be. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 by Insomniac Games was that title in many ways for many people. The game kind of was announced out of nowhere, and was meant to be Marvel's answer to Batman, and it was for the most part. Insomniac delved deep into Spider-Man's roster and made sure that the game felt like one where Spider-Man was actually swinging around New York, with a very large New York to swing around at that. The game is actually coming to PC later this year, and the promise of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 with more story, more Miles, and Venom. Yeah, this will be good. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. You could call us Nintendo fanboys for putting this one at the top spot, but there's a reason Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be the most anticipated game next year. Simply put, we've been waiting for over 5 years to get this title. Most gamers and critics knew that when Breath of the Wild 2 was confirmed, it could arguably be even better than the original. The table was set, now they just had to capitalize. And not unlike Breath of the Wild, they are taking their sweet time making this game into a potential future masterpiece. We've seen clips and glimpses and teases, but we need a trailer and a release date for this game soon. And if it somehow gets out of 2023, heads will seriously roll. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to get notified about new content.